As the #1 selling walk-in tub in North America, Safe Step walk-in tubs are built to maximize your safety and comfort. Each tub comes standard with a dual hydrotherapy system, so you can enjoy the luxuries of bathing comfortably at home. Soothing jets increase mobility and ease pain, while the rainfall shower head refreshes you from head to toe. Visit SafeStepTub.com today to request your free quote and ask about our special offers.
Country sensation Hardy is bringing the Jim Bob World Tour to the Somerset Amphitheater. Catch him when he takes the stage August 16th with special guests Cole Wetzel, Stephen Wilson Jr., and Sakaris. Enter for your shot to win a pair of tickets to see on our contest page, KFAN.com, keyword contest center. You can get ready, Minnesota, because ZZ Top is bringing their legendary rock sound to the land of 10,000 lakes. Don't miss your chance to see these rock icons live at the Ledge Amphitheater June 12th. Tickets on sale now. You can get all the details, KFAN.com, keyword calendar.
By the way, I'm available for the GM's job. They haven't. Cam's not signed an extension yet. What are they waiting for? Give me 10 minutes with KOC and I'll get him thinking straight. Quarterback whisper.
You played the game at a high level.
Both sides of the ball, fierce pass rushing, rocket Gibraltar run-stopping defensive lineman, precise route running, sure-handed pass catching. Tight end. Time now for 5-3-4.
Time now for...
I don't have a bit of sarcasm in my body.
Well, actually 3, but 5 sounds like more than 4. Question number 1. And now it's time to go. Between the Pipes.
Well, it's officially official, Common. The Four Nations Face-Off final will consist of Team Canada versus Team USA, Dateline, Boston, Massachusetts, TD Garden. Some injury news. It looks as if Quinn Hughes may be on the way back. Charlie McAvoy may be on the way out due to injury, or he is actually ruled out of the championship game. Common, how much did you watch of USA-Canada over the weekend, and is it at all of interest to you on Thursday night?
Not a second. I won't watch any of it. I got Rockford Files. Plus, I decided I've read a couple of novels lately, and I've decided it's too novel of a concept. I'm going to start reading history books now. I have a biography of Teddy Roosevelt. I have these 2 books. One is, if you wanted to really learn everything there is to learn about World War I, World War II, or, for instance, the Civil War, I mean, you could buy books that are as thick as the Chicago Phone Directory. These are 2 books that have... It's for people that don't think, I'm not really a deep thinker. But it's 2 books that basically, one of them, I don't know, it's a couple hundred pages. It talks about the Civil War, start to finish. So I can get a better handle on what happened then. And then I also have one in World War I and World War II. So I'd rather do that than watch the hockey. I have a question for you.
Yes.
Do you think a fight, can they top 3 fights in 9 seconds?
I don't think so.
In the championship game? Well, you could. Could you have 4?
You theoretically could. I don't think they will.
Why not? Apparently that everybody loved it. I had somebody, we talked about it yesterday with 10 and B. Someone said, I wasn't planning on watching. Somebody tweeted, wow, they're fighting. And he said, and I tuned in and watched the whole thing, and I'm now a hockey fan. So
think about it. I would say the alternatives of that weekend of the stand-up set routine that we had to watch instead of the basketball that was supposed to be played for the NBA All-Star game.
Yeah.
the flag football for the Pro Bowl. I would say the alternative of guys throwing fisticuffs on behalf of the flag, I think I'm in. But I understand it's not your cup of tea. It's not your cup of tea.
You're a hockey guy.
I am. So.
Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Have you ever heard this old line? Went to a boxing match and a hockey game broke out. You ever hear that one?
I have.
Yeah.
Oldie but a goodie.
I don't know. What do you think? My guess is you're. Don't you dare pick against the USA.
No, I mean,
if you do, I'm going to charge a 25% tariff on you.
There's a 33% tariff on goals the first time they played. Yeah. It's 3-1. I hope that it's happened before where the U.S. beats them in the first game, and then when it comes down to the championship rounds, Canada gets their, act together. And so I'm hoping for the best. Quinn Hughes being back will be huge, but I can't wait. Like that is invite your friends over, put it on the big screen, and just lock in for me anyways. But I get it. If it's not your cup of tea, it's not your cup of tea. So I've got something that might be, though.
Question number 2. Programming predicament.
Colin, I talked to you about this briefly off the air. And last night was a triple header. And I'm fascinated by it. The TGL. It's so electric. And
is that indoor golf where they use TrackMan and then they putt on AstroTurf?
That's correct. It was so cool. There was overtime. And you know what it is? Some people say they like to watch golf, like tournaments, for the nature, for the beauty, for the scenery. Not me. I want to see guys hit golf shots that I could never, in my wildest of dreams, dare to hit.
Well, you can see that at Augusta, and you can see that at Torrey Pines, and you can see that at Riviera. Well, you can't at Riviera now because of the fires.
Well, there's that.
Here's what I like about golf. There's no pressure in what they're doing. It's just goofy golf. They're all getting paid. There might be prize money too included, but they're getting an appearance fee.
Sure.
It's just something to do on their day off. It's just fun to be on TV and goof around and have a couple of drinks and smoke dope with your buddies. And that's fine if you like that, but I need a green jacket, a claret jug, the Wanamaker trophy. I want history and legacy. And
there is a trophy, but it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't. No, I'm not defending that aspect of it. But there is technically one.
The Progrum Password Invitational Trophy is more hallowed than the one they're playing for with TGL. It's more hallowed, it's more valuable, and more noteworthy.
And Garzi's got a couple.
He does. Yeah. I'm sorry, I can't do it. I just can't.
Oh, it was so. I mean, there was a closest to the pin, and Fleetwood holds it from like 40 yards in real life, in front of an audience. It's electric. Anyways, I'll move on.
Oh, go ahead.
Question number 3.
Well, I was going to ask if it was that or Rockford Files. That's what I was going to ask. So I guess the answer was Rockford Files.
No, you know what my new thing is?
What's that?
I tell you this. I was going to tell Tennessee yesterday. I'm into watching nature shows now. On Sunday, before golf started, final round of the what was supposed to be the Riviera tournament, but was actually ended up being the Torrey Pines tournament. I clicked on BBC or BCC or FBI or CIA or something, BB King, and they were doing Southeast Asian rainforest or something like this. Did we talk about the purple frog yet? Not Barney the purple dinosaur, the purple frog.
Not to me, no.
The purple frog stays underground for 364 days a year. Once a year it pops out. Mom with dad on her back. He's twice her size. She's twice his size. She's filled with eggs. They come out of the earth. They start hopping around during the rainforest season and start looking for a place to lay their eggs in water, right? So they find a stream. Got to be careful, too. The cameras are on her. They're trying to go upstream on these slippery rocks. She's got some great grip. And he's just on the back doing nothing. It's basically climb on my back, right? She's like Kirby Puckett, Game 6, right? And they lay the eggs in the water. He fertilizes them. He gets back on her back. They go back down and go underground for another 364 days. And the camera work is just astonishing. Now, they don't show any of the mating. Like, they don't show baboons going at it or the rhinoceros going at it. But They're showing them all, they're mating, and then they cut the... Here was what was really weird. They were showing pandas, and it was all in black and white.
Hang on. Sorry.
I wonder why they weren't using... Well, yeah, all the other were shot in color, vivid color. Then they started showing they switched to black and white.
I always love that one.
So that's what I'm into now.
And that's it for today's edition of 5 Questions. Well, actually, 3 questions, but 5 sounds like more than 4.
Do you want me to tell you about when they were capturing bighorn sheep in Nevada and then transplanting them to another part of Nevada where they didn't exist?
No.
It brought tears to my eyes is what it did. I spent 90 minutes watching it. It's my new thing now.
Watch your back, Rockford Files.
Let's do this. Let's take a break. No preposterous statement tournament today. We tend to be out. We'll wait till he gets back tomorrow. Mark Rosen, though, just before 2 o'clock, right here on the Fan.
This is your before and after story. Instead of imagining a rewarding career in medical imaging, Southeastern College can actually take you there. Prepare for a career in ultrasound, radiology, and X-ray technology with hands-on specialized training, simulations, and real-life experience with the latest imaging technology. You'll be ready to play a vital role on any healthcare team. Transform your life by helping others. Southeastern College. Your future is bright. Visit scc.edu to get started.
Fan.
Don't miss out. Earth, Wind, and Fire are set to light up the
earth,
stage.
the wind, and the fire, 3 of the 4 elements. What is the 4th? Earth, wind, fire.
Air?
Air.
Well,
Earth,
that's kind of
wind,
wind.
fire, airs. And then how about...
Water. Water's what they're missing. Yes?
Earth, wind, fire. How about you have earth, wind, and fire, and the openers are air supply? That's a fake laugh. You don't even think that's funny. You've never even heard of Air Supply before, have you?
I think I've heard one song.
Which one?
I don't know. I'd recognize it if I heard it.
At all?
Maybe. Yeah.
My favorite song that they ever did was Lost in Love.
Well, Earth, Wind, and Fire are set to
Air Supply
are set to light up the stage with their timeless hits and electrifying performance. Secure your tickets to see them at the Ledge Amphitheater August 10th. Get ready to groove with the legendary sounds of this iconic band. Get all the details now, KFAN.com, keyword calendar.
Now I don't want you to do the fake laugh. It's starting to annoy me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just laugh when you really feel it's funny.
Okay. Okay.
So, we're broadcasting live, by the way, from the 651 Carpets Plus Studios, the climate-controlled 651 Carpets Plus Studios. Don't forget they're having their carpet remnant sale. It's going on now. You can carpet a bedroom or a flight of stairs for just $399. But this deal won't last forever. That's 651carpetsplus.com. Now, how about this on the Bradshaw Broad KFAN text line? These are back-to-back. Bleep hockey. We want Vikings talk. Who is that hockey nerd talking about you?
Wow.
The very next one that comes in, literally, well, actually, this one came in first. It goes in inverse order. But this one came in. Listen to this one. How come every time I tune into your show, you guys are talking about the one sport that isn't currently going? Football's over. Let's move on. Baseball, hockey, basketball, heck, even golf. Please, it's okay to move on from boring football talk. One guy says we want Vikings talk. The other guy says we don't want any football talk.
That is the text line in one story.
Here's another lyric for you. I want you to tell me.
Oh, boy.
You're never going to get it. No, don't go over there now.
Okay.
This lyric is from what song? And if you can't please anyone, then you've got to please yourself.
Well, that's Bon Jovi, of course.
That's Ricky Nelson in Garden Party, the song it's called. Here's one, trying to be funny. Instead of 5 free agent running backs, why not get 5 free agent quarterbacks? Let the quarterback whisperer lead us to the promised land. I think maybe is he teasing me about the 5 running back thing? I'll take this seriously, even though I don't think it's been texted. I think it's been texted in jest. But that's a totally different position. You can't have 5 quarterbacks. You only play one quarter. You're really not going to have one quarterback come in for first down, one for second down, one for a series, and another. So you could, I guess, but quarterbacks get paid, even backups get paid pretty good money. It would be extremely stupid. But the 4 running back, 5 running back thing, and maybe 5 was too much. I was doing it for shock value, but 4 running backs and these guys made the Derrick Henrys and the Saquon Barkleys were only making $7, $8, $9, $10 million a year. So 4 of those at $40 million, that's like you get for a Sam Darnold quarterback, and you get better production. But anyways, so I am receiving a lot of reaction. This one says, I can't keep up with your takes. Months ago, you were adamant that the only way to be a great team is to get your stud rookie quarterback on the rookie contract for 5 years, build around him with all that saved money, and boom, parade route planned. Now I turn on the old boombox, and there's comment emphatically spewing that we should trade the rookie QB for a couple of draft picks. What happened? You like lyrics? Bob Dylan's Blowing in the Wind comes to mind. Now, that's a great line. And he's right. Things change. They morph. In every walk of life, everything changes, right? There was a time that if you were going to come here to the radio station, you would have to put a saddle on a horse and ride across town. That's not the case anymore. We have automobiles, the horseless carriage. There was a time if I wanted to get a message to Brett Blakemore that Sunday, 4 o'clock, Prestwick, are you in? I'd have to put a little note on a carrier pigeon and throw him out the window, and he'd fly to your house. And then you would take it, you'd look at it, and you would sign, yeah, I'll be there. I'm in. Because I always say, are you in?
Yeah.
And then the response, are you in, question mark. And then it's always, I'm in. Why wouldn't you?
Mm-hmm. Is BBP going to be there?
BBP is going to be there.
Yeah.
And so then you put them, you respond, I'm in, put it on the carrier pigeon's ankle, and then throw it out the window, and he comes back to me.
God, how many more days till we can do that again?
So things change. I also was the guy that said we should sign running backs. Having a rookie quarterback, having a quarterback on a rookie deal and building around him is a really good idea if you don't have a coach that knows how to coach up quarterback talent. And every situation is different. With the way the Vikings are right now, we've talked about this. They have 4 draft picks in the upcoming draft. 4. They got their first, which is like 26th, right? Is it the 26th pick, I think? So you have 4th. You have the first round pick. Then they have 2 5ths. 2 5ths.
Mm-hmm.
And then they get the compensatory pick from the Cousins departure. And that is considered a 3rd round pick. But as we said, it's really kind of between a 3rd and a 4th. It's after the 32nd pick in the 3rd round, then they get the pick. So it's like the 33rd pick, or you could call it the first pick of the 4th round. I basically call it a 4th rounder. So you get, because it's closer to the 4th pick, the 4th round than it is, it's closer to the start of the 4th round than it is the 3rd round. Just call a spade a spade. So if you trade McCarthy, well, then all of a sudden, again, it's like, it's the age of Aquarius. The moon is in the 7th house and Jupiter aligns with Mars. If it was last year when it was a quarterback-rich draft, you might not want to do that because you're probably not going to get much from McCarthy. Because the teams near the top of the draft that want to get a quarterback, the reason they're at the top of the draft is they don't have a quarterback. The teams that aren't any good don't have a quarterback. That's the problem, right? So they want to draft a quarterback. Well, last year you had the kid for the Bears. I'm really bad with names. Played for USC. Caleb Williams. That's all right. Caleb Williams, Bo Nix, Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels,
yeah.
And then who was the 4th one that went before us?
What was his name?
I don't know. No, I'm not doing the bit. What was it? Do you know his name? I'm really doing the bit. I can't remember his name.
Is that Michael Penix?
Michael Penix
was his name.
So you have 4 guys that went before McCarthy. You had 5 guys go in the top 10. So last year, you wouldn't have wanted to do that. Plus, if you didn't have somebody that can coach up quarterbacks, the proof's in the pudding. Don't take my word for it. Take all the media people, all the other players, the coaches. They all say that this guy can coach up, he can take him. And the proof is there. Look what he did with Darnold. So, to me, it just makes sense. You have to take chances sometimes in this league, too. Somebody sent me there was another text message that I want to get to. This one was interesting. I got to find it because it was so good. Play the music for me. At breakneck speeds. This topic is it's earth shattering. It's shaking the Twin Cities at its foundation. I guess I'll just have to what's the word I'm looking for? Paraphrase. Oh, here it is. Man, I'd hate to be JJ if he's listening to this. Gets drafted here. Suffers an injury before he can even play, and the hometown radio guy saying he should be traded. Sad, really. This ain't travel basketball. This isn't in-house basketball. This isn't in-house basketball. It's not. It's not. It's not. We're not. I can't worry about a guy's feelings. Who did that song? Feelings. This is it. Where'd you find it?
Oh, really?
No, it's not. Feelings was a really cheesy song by one of the crooners. I was just getting on a roll here. I had plenty more topics. I did not realize this would raise the ire of so many people, though there are a number of people that are agreeing. This one says, stay true, Common. You're not PA, nor should you care to be. I love you just the way you are.
Oh.
Stay strong. Another person said, Common, you're on fire today. Keep getting people going.
Oh.
Other people saying, Trey Lance, 2 first-rounders. Let's play. So there are people that are agreeing with me that can think outside the box, that employ the esoteric approach. We'll get a few more comments on those. We've got a couple of other topics I'd like to get to here in the Common Man program on The Fan. Past Common Man program. I'm Common. He's Brett Blakemore. No PST triple V double I results in pairings with 10 and B out. He's right now, as a matter of fact, there might be controversy. He's took the day off. I'd mentioned that it was, kids stayed home from school because it was cold. That wasn't it. I'm going to let the cat out of the bag. Controversy around the voting. He's meeting with the Foster Statement Tournament Committee right now. Clear that up. So we'll have pairings and results for you tomorrow at 1:30. Hey, can you pot up the KFAN Talkback bit?
I can.
KFAN Talkback. It's one of our great. There are a number of ways to contact us here at the Fan. 1-800-320-5326. That's our phone number. We never answer. It'll just ring and ring and ring. Don't even bother. Seriously.
I always love that.
And then there's the email. That's basically the modern version of the carrier pigeon. No one checks email here at the Fan anymore. There are people here that don't even check their company email here at the Fan, but that's another story in itself. Then there's, now we started getting into the hip now with it and wow stuff. You have the KFAN text line, Brad, John, Bryant, KFAN text line 64686, which we've been utilizing today. I got complimented on that. They said, Common, you utilize that more than just about anybody here. And I appreciate you including the rubes. He goes, most other shows just spend time talking about themselves. And then he added, well, you do too, but at least you let the rubes have a voice. And then there's the talkback. If you have the iHeartRadio app, you search stations, find the Fan, microphone icon, corner of the screen, tap it. You got 30 seconds or less to deliver some message. Let's take a listen to a few of them. You ready? Start with this one here. You don't have it potted up, man.
Is it this one?
I don't hear it. Are you hearing it right now? Am I doing something wrong?
I think I've got it in the way it's supposed to be. Tell me which one it is. I'll play it.
14 seconds. It was delivered at 12:45 today.
Comet, can you calm down? I almost drove off of 494. You were making me so nervous or something. And yeah, I think that is Thunder Road, by the way.
It is Thunder Road. I guess I did get I got a little excited. Here it is. I'm passionate about my work. I put everything into it every single day. I leave nothing. I leave it all out on the airwaves. All of it. Can you just go to the next one now?
Next one down?
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, I agree with the majority of what Common is spewing currently. Saying Trey Lance has more potential than quite literally anyone may have to be a PST nomination. Trey Lance is arguably the worst quarterback in the NFL currently, including all starters, all backups, and all practice squad players.
Jeez.
At no point has Trey Lance been an NFL caliber quarterback.
Okay, now let's flash back and pretend this is 1 year ago today, and I'll read it. While I agree with the majority of what Common is spewing, currently saying that Sam Darnold has more potential than quite literally anyone may have to be a PST nomination. Sam Darnold is arguably the worst quarterback in the NFL currently, including all starters, all backups, and all practice squad players. At no point has Sam Darnold been an NFL caliber quarterback. Could say the same thing. You just fill in the blank. Now, again, Darnold had minimal success in his first two stops. He won some games. I mean, he wasn't winless. And Trey Lance, yeah, that you could say that of all the quarterbacks I mentioned, that he's probably had the least amount of success. But he's never worked with the quarterback whisperer. Right? That one, why don't you go down two more from there? The one that came over at 12:44.
All right, here we go.
No, wait.
Whoop.
10. No. Yeah, 12:44. Try that.
12:44.
Let me see if I got the right one.
And I don't know if most of us sports fans want the Vikings to lead us to the promised land. We're just Vikings fans. We want to see the Vikings play every week, and it would be nice to see them play Super Bowl Sunday. Frankly, I'd be okay even if they lost. Because, like you said, once you reach that pinnacle, what else is there? It's all downhill. So, let's just cheer for them to make the Super Bowl every year, but lose.
That makes some sense. See, I've talked about that, over the years where, Red Sox and Cubs fans, well, guess what? The Cubs fans can't look at each other in wink and admiration and go, wait till next year. We kind of know that it's always the lovable losing Cubs. We don't have that anymore. And so that would be the same with the Vikings. Those are just some samples of what we're getting from the listeners out here. And of course, I read a number of text messages as well. Found this one on CBS Sports. I did not see it happen live. But headline, Notre Dame's Micah Shrewsbury hits Mike, goes on epic rant about fan support after Louisville loss. I don't know if I'd call it epic. But it's, I guess when I think of epic, I also there, and it says rant. He doesn't really rant and rave. He's very calm, cool, and collected till the very end when he stands up and just ends the presser. And he smacks the microphone with the back of his hand. But they lost to Louisville. He's catching a lot of heat. I think social media fans are all over the team, and he isn't going to take it anymore. This was from Micah Shrewsbury last night, I believe.
Big picture, like you're sitting at 10-10 a couple weeks ago. Obviously, the last 2 weeks haven't gone the way it had. What have you felt like have been the biggest issues in the past 5 games?
We're going to keep fighting. That's it. As a group, as a team, we're going to keep fighting. Right?
Can you pot that way up?
Trying to get
Where's
back
that crank?
Loud as it goes.
Trying to guard people. We'll keep trying to score people. And we're playing good people, too. Right? But I know these guys aren't going to quit. No, they're not going to quit. Right? And I understand that,
yeah, go ahead and dump it. I can't barely hear it. I kind of think the listeners can't hear it in the car. It's not that great anyways. He just talks about, I guess I could paraphrase it. But he does the old, if you don't want to believe in me, that's fine, but don't, make sure you believe in these kids. And he talks about, not getting into 5 a.m, going to class, getting good grades, this, that, and the other. He's just bitter. And he says, if you don't, he basically said, you doubted us. Well, now we're here. You just wait and see. This team is going to rise like a phoenix from the ashes. But he gets very impassioned toward the very end. But I thought we could find a better. We just couldn't find a good soundbite. I don't even know if it's as good as this. Is Chris Hovan, former Viking. We've played this for years now.
I'm sick of it, man. I really am. I'm fed up with all the crap that I hear. I think it's bandwagon. I really do, man. These guys lay it on the line. These guys are in the training room, man. Guys lay it on the line, man. They lay it on the line. Sometimes it doesn't happen.
Sometimes it doesn't happen. Sometimes it doesn't work. And that was Chris Hovan when asked. And I don't know if that may have been the old PA and Dubé show when that came up. I'm not sure exactly what show that was, but Hovan, really good player for the Vikings too. And, that came from the, that I guess you might even want to call it a tired refrain that fans are bandwagon. That it's funny when the team's doing well, you're always saying, boy, we're good. Don't you like us? And then when the team hits a dry spell, it's they, them. You change the pronouns, basically, is what you do. But I've always tended to believe what I read. I've always felt like there's nothing wrong with. I don't find a fault in bandwagon, right? I don't have a problem with it. I mean, unless you're completely disparaging of the club. But I mean, if your favorite team is struggling, like for instance, let's say for instance, the Twins, you're a Twins fan. And let's say right out of the gate, the team is struggling. And let's say we're into late May, early June, and they're hopelessly out of first place. I mean, they're like last place. They're 15 games out of first. Well, I'm still supposed to dedicate 3 hours of time watching them play a baseball game, or 2:45 now, I guess, or go to Canada. I know I got other things to do. I got better ways to spend my time, better ways to spend my money. And right now, I'm just not interested. I'll go ahead and, support them again when they're better. Doesn't mean you still don't like them and they're your favorite team. The example I always give is, if you go to if a new restaurant opens up in your neighborhood and you go and you don't like the food, you might give it a second try, right? So you go there, maybe this time the service isn't good. You try it a third time and the service and the food's, you're not going to just keep going and supporting them because they're my local restaurant. They're in my hometown, got to support them. Now they got to earn your business.
By the way, I have found better audio.
Oh.
Just the tail end of it here.
Let's go then.
Don't give up on these kids, because we're going to get this thing rolling. I sat there and watched more Louisville fans in here than Notre Dame people, and that's embarrassing. That's embarrassing for me, because I'm the head coach here. And yes, I got us in this predicament. But don't come back when we're losing or when we're winning, because we're turning this around, man. You better believe that. Everybody that gave up on me, believe it. Write this date down and believe it, because we're going to get this thing rolling. I don't care if you gave up on me.
Boy.
Lost it a little bit. And again, he's bitter because, and I don't know, it's, if you look at the text of the story, it says an expressive Micah Shrewsbury on Sunday ranted about the lack of fan support and struck a mic before storming off his post-game press conference after his Notre Dame team fell to Louisville in South Bend to drop to 11-14 on the season. So you're 11-14. It's human nature. I mean, look, and we've been talking about this for years now. With the advent of social media, criticism of not just players on teams or coaches or ownership, not even just in the world of sports. This idea that because you got a Twitter account, or you got is it one called Blue Sky, another one called Threads? Mm-hmm. There's all sorts of people trying to burst onto the scene with these social media sites where you can express your opinion, right? And then you've got your snap books and your face chats and all the others out there, and the TikToks where people, and because you're really basically anonymous, you don't have to put your real name on it, right? You can be anybody you want. There are people that get very adamant. They get very, you talk about sarcasm. There are people that are really mean-spirited, and then the foul language is thrown out there because there's no filters, and I guess there shouldn't be. It's the free country, freedom of speech. Is that the First Amendment or the Second?
Be the first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Second Amendment is the right to bear arms, right?
That's correct.
What's your Third Amendment? Do you know what it is?
No, the Fifth.
I plead the Fifth.
Correct.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
What kind of American are you that you don't know what the Third Amendment is?
Not off the top of my head. But I'll watch Americans throw fisticuffs on some frozen ice.
Against the,
think about
Canucks.
it.
So that's what's going to happen nowadays. And there's more, is the word vitriol? More bitterness, more angst, more anger. People trying to one-up each other. And you think he said something nasty. Wait till you see what I do next. And so you're going to get that. So it is a different world now than it used to be. I mean, before, think about back in the olden days where the only way you could express your opinion was by booing at a game, right? That was it. Or if you sent a letter to the editor and got it printed in the Daily Planner, the Daily Bugle, or whatever it might be, that was the only way that your opinion would be heard by anybody. Then, talk radio came around. Then all of a sudden it was like, hey, you can call into a radio show, and whoever happens to be listening, you can either be praiseworthy, you can be Ducky and Bunny, or you can be Gadfly, love covenant, tough love covenant. You could express your opinion. And now with the advent of social media, everybody's got a megaphone now. And so it comes with the territory. People are going to be, that's why you hear a lot of these players just say, I just turn off the social media. I'm not even going to be a part of it. I don't blame them, to be honest with you. For me, I'll get on my Twitter and I'll get negative comments, and I just laugh at them. I've got thicker skin, I guess. I just don't care. Doesn't bother me in the least. Do whatever you want to do. It's not that big of a deal to me. But I can understand. So this coach probably just had enough, especially, and I get it. You're a coach. You got young men playing for you, and they are laying it on the line. Guys in the training room. Guys are laying it on the line. Sometimes it doesn't work. It's bandwagon is what it is. As Hovan so eloquently said. And so, so I can see where they start, you've had all you can stands and you can't stands no more. But then here's what the problem is. Then when you get a reaction like that, they go, we got him going. So you know where his weak spot is. And you go, well, now we know his tipping point, right? So it won't stop for, what's his name? Tewksbury? Shrewsbury. It's not going to stop for Shrewsbury. They're going to continue to get on him and get on him and get on him. And, maybe they will turn it around. And I wish nothing but the best for Notre Dame. I have nothing against them. I have one other one for you before we go to break and turn it over to legendary Mark Rose. I'm actually going to praise one of the hometown players. Royce Lewis has been playing third base. He played a little second base. The Twins want him to play more second. He says he'd rather play third, and they've acquiesced and said they were going to, though he did say that's what they want. I think he said this. If that's what they want me to do, that's what I'll do. Are you familiar with Rafael Devers?
Sure.
Third baseman, Boston Red Sox. Mm-hmm. They just signed Alex Bregman, who's a really good third baseman. Devers insists third base is my position. I made it clear. This is a CBS Sports story. It says, after signing Alex Bregman, the Boston Red Sox initially refused to commit to him at second base and instead left the door open for Bregman to play his usual third base. That would then shift franchise icon Rafael Devers to DH or at least first base. Not so fast. On Monday, Devers said he refused to move to DH and insisted he will stay at the hot corner. When Devers was asked about moving to DH, here's what he said. I told them no. I'm a third baseman. I think we have a hell of a team, and I'm grateful ownership for the moves they made. Third base is my position. I don't know what their plans are. I made it clear my desires, and whatever happens, happens. He says, I'm a third baseman. Problem is he's not a very good third baseman. Story goes on to read, 28-year-old Devers has played his entire career at third base, save for a handful of emergency innings at second and short. He's led the league in errors at third base every year since 2018. And the advanced numbers similarly rate him poorly. Compared to Bregman at third base, it's no contest. You're not a third baseman. You're a DH. You're not. If you lead the league in errors every year and you're rated poorly as a third baseman, you have to do what's best for the team. Sorry. And it sounds like he did say, I mean, his quote was, it's for the Boston Red Sox, whatever decision, not the manager saying, the manager said whatever we decide to do. Devers said, I don't know what their plans are. I made it clear my desires, and whatever happens, we'll see. But it sounds like, I don't know if he's got, I mean, what can he do? I mean, I guess offensively, he's really good, right? So it's not like you're going to, well, you're just going to ride the pine then, son. That's not going to work that way. But it depends how ugly this will get. But, I mean, some people would say, like, what if, for instance, they came up to you and said, we want you to work in the promotions department? Your response would be, I'm a radio producer. Right?
Perhaps.
Or would you go to the promotions department if they asked? Would you work the street team for Little B?
Can I do both?
Well, they're telling Devers you're not playing third anymore. You're going to DH.
I don't make Devers money, so I might consider it. But I understand your point.
You would just say, I'm not going to do it.
No.
I'm a radio producer.
You're breaking up.
So, anyway, there you go.
Here's a spin zone for you.
Okay.
You want, we've talked about
just one second. Think about this. Leads the league every year since 2018 in errors at third base, and he goes, I'm a third baseman. No, you're not. Or you're an awfully bad one. You should be a DH. That's where you should be playing. Bat 4 times. Or move over to first base, not as tough of a position to play. Right? Mm-hmm. Maybe play second. Make it so that the throw's a little shorter for you, because I'm sure those included a number of throwing errors. But these guys, when you're not a third baseman, you're terrible at it. So anyway, you were going to say?
Well, I was just saying, I try to use what you teach me to then use that going forward in my own opinions.
Okay.
So we're talking about, why not have multiple running backs? You know what I mean? We have, the Vikings can have, up to 5 running backs. Why not? Who's to say you can't rotate? Just have 2 quality third basemen outside the box. Rotate them. Your thoughts?
Well, Devers isn't any good at third base. That's the problem. He's not Brooks Robinson. Do you know who Brooks Robinson is? Do you know the name?
Of course.
He ain't Brooks Robinson. See, and again, now I'm dating myself. I'm using old, what's the word I'm looking for? Not references, but I guess references would work.
Yeah.
Who's like the slickest fielding third baseman in the game today?
Boy.
Just throw it.
Yeah, sure, Bregman. We'll go with that.
Yeah, Bregman. He ain't Bregman. You're Rafael Devers, and you're not very good at third base. So anyways, whatever happens in Boston, we don't have those kinds of problems here in Minnesota. Matter of fact, we're going to take a deeper look tomorrow on the Twins. I took some notes. I've done some studying on the club. I'm going to project their opening date roster. I'll give you a hint. Just take last year's roster and add 2 names, and you've got this year's roster. We're not making a lot of changes. Because you know what? We think collapsing in the last month of the season is really, really good. And so we're going to bring all the guys that collapsed last year, we're going to bring them back again and do it again. That's what they're doing. Take last year's roster, subtract 2 names, add 2 names, and you got this year's projected 25-man roster going into the regular season. Not a lot of decisions to make for the Twins. We'll break. We'll come back. The legendary Mark Rosen joins us next here on The Fan.